The mock drafts continue to pour out in the NFL media world, and now NFL teams have a little bit more clarity as to what their true needs are going to be, with so many players reported to have signed with teams over the course of free agency. So we can really start to fine-tune these mock drafts as to what players might go to what team. So let's start with the big boys. That's Mel Kiper. He has a new mock draft out, and he has a new player going to the Giants. In his previous mock draft, he had Jeffrey Okudah going to the Giants. In this one, Okudah is off the board to the Lions, along with Joe Burrow and Chase Young. So for the New York Football Giants, Isaiah Simmons, linebacker out of Clemson. Todd McShay, also Simmons going to the Giants. Matt Miller, Bleacher Report, also Isaiah Simmons going to the New York Football Giants. Why? All-purpose, modern-day linebacker. He can do a little bit of everything. He can play deep safety, strong safety, weak side linebacker, inside linebacker. He can cover in the slot. He can rush the passer. He can blitz. He's a guy you can trust to cover running backs and tight ends out of the backfield, down the field, and do a good job covering them. His athletic testing at the Combine was historic, probably the best testing linebacker in the history of the event. So a very popular pick to the Giants at 4th overall. Now, once you get past Isaiah Simmons, the other popular position being mocked to the New York Football Giants is offensive tackle. But which one? And that's where it gets a little bit interesting. Let's go to Daniel Jeremiah, draft analyst for NFL Network. His original mock draft had Makai Becton. Now Tristan Wirfs out of Iowa. Wirfs made a name for himself at the Combine. One of the best testing offensive linemen there. Great in the broad jump, the vertical jump, moved very well. Out of Iowa, well-coached Kirk Ferentz. So he's who Jeremiah has going to the Giants. But the names get a little varied. His colleague, Bucky Brooks, also NFL Network. He has Jedrick Wills, offensive lineman out of Alabama. Now, much like Wirfs, Wills was a right tackle. Remember, Tua was a left-handed quarterback there, so Wills protected his blind side from the right side. He can do a little bit of everything. He can pass block, he can run block, he's very physical, very good player. But it can't be a third one, can there? Yeah, well, there can be, and that's Makai Becton. Both Charles Davis from NFL Network, Lance Zierlein from NFL.com, and Dane Brugler from The Athletic all have Makai Becton going to the Giants. Out of Louisville, he is monstrous at 6'7", 360 pounds. An unbelievable athlete, ran well at the Combine, can move unnaturally for a man of that size and strength. He is a heck of a specimen, and once NFL teams get their hands on him, work on his technique, he has the potential to be a top offensive tackle in the league for a long time. He was a left tackle at Louisville. One player not being mentioned in a ton of these mock drafts is Andrew Thomas out of Georgia. He's a left tackle, has played there for a few years. Very, very steady, reliable. Did a real nice job against top pass rushers this year. And he's a guy that would be a very safe pick for the Giants, though not many people have him getting mocked to the Giants that high quite yet. You take a look past the offensive linemen. Couple Jerry Jeudy's out there, wide receiver out of Alabama. 1 or 2 Jeffrey Okudah, cornerback out of Ohio State. If he gets the Giants at number 4, again, he could be off the board to the Lions at 3 if they don't move that pick in a trade. So those are the names we're hearing most on the mock draft circuit as we get closer and closer to April's draft. I'm John Schmeelk. Thanks for being with us. For continuing coverage of the draft, make sure you go to Giants.com and check out Big Blue Kickoff Live, where we do a lot of draft talk every day in podcast form. Go to Giants.com/podcasts.
Hey Giants fans, Saquon Barkley here. You want to see more videos? Subscribe below.